Hey, hi, hello, hope you're doing, fantastic. And today we've got an exciting one, an unboxing of the Sweets Mini Kendama. A little bit of backstory to kick this off. I think this was around November that Sweets Kendamas did a small little run of some mini kendamas, a new updated mini size because they've done some minis and micros in the past that we'll talk about. But this was a small run that I heavily hinted at my mom to gift me for Christmas, so that's how we got our hands on it. They're not available anymore right now. Like I said, they sold out pretty quick, but I definitely think they'll be coming back in the future, as I'll talk about. So check out the shape, see what you like about it, see what you don't like, and hopefully you can make your decision based on this unboxing, what you're gonna do when they drop again. So yeah, like I said, these came in these two colorways to start, but I wouldn't get too connected to the look of this one, despite how great I think it does look. I wouldn't get too connected to it because, you know, kind of like the kaijus come back, the sumos come back, but they're always different designs. So I think we'll see the mini again, but it'll probably be like a different colorway, maybe not even have this spiky design, but regardless, let's crack into the one we have. Or I guess we should really appreciate the box to start. Sweets Kendamas Mini. I love that the artwork on the box really matches the artwork on the Tama on the side here. Sweets Mini, all the tricks, but it fits in your pocket. Should we test that? I think we should, because this is pretty large. I don't know if that's gonna fit in your standard pocket. Oh, it does give you a little size comparison, but we'll do a real hands-on size comparison. And go into the back, scan for tutorials, all of the social media stuff. And I'm noticing through the box, I mean, we'll get into this, but they don't have the QR code in the cups on these minis, which is fantastic. And then a couple example tricks on the side, a nice suggestive touch me window, and my box actually has a big crack in it, but okay, let's crack it open. Lift corners to remove tabs. This is like a puzzle box trying to get into this thing. Oh. And let's set this aside for one moment to see what our little bonus extras might be. We've got a nice sweet sticker, mini sticker. Oh, and there's like a whole thing to learn on the back. Maybe I can get you a closer up of that if there's anything useful. It really just teaches you how to big cup, so I don't think anybody's too interested in that. And another one is, oh, okay, interesting. I'll throw up like a close-up of this. It's basically like maybe for kids or something to put stickers onto the actual cups and stuff of the kendama. I've never seen this before. Maybe they do this all the time now. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a Sweets Dama in a while. But then you've got like the Tama label, the Ken label. Decorate your kendama. Oh, this is pretty interesting, but not something that probably most of you guys will be doing, but cool to see regardless. And then way deep in there, way deep in there at the bottom, one day we'll figure out how to open these up. That's the empty box. But we have the extra string, and the string's in a nice yellow, as you can probably see on the Dama itself. So let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so just looking at it off the bat, I mean, besides there's a nice Sweets Mini with like the magnifying glass logo at the bottom of the Ken, the base cup area, something. But other than that, there's no engravings, nothing in either cup. The Tama is, I mean, as you expect, you can see how that looks. But the Ken is very, very plain, which I do like. Let's see the finger string measurements. And that's like a solid 8 to 10 at least finger string for the mini, so it's gonna make a lot possible. Even the Tama, holding it in the hand, you definitely feel that size difference. I mean, based on the side of the box, it didn't look that different from a standard, but you can really feel it in your hand, and I guess we'll test to see it when we play, how different that size feels. But let's do an actual comparison, and then we'll even compare to some previous micros and minis that Sweets has released in the past, so you can see just how much the mini has kind of evolved. Okay, so I just grabbed my Sweets donut mod off the shelf, and you can see, I mean, this is like the best side-by-side comparison you can really get. And try to visualize, you know, your standard kendama is probably about this size, and you can kind of visualize what this would be like in your hand. I mean, you lose probably about maybe half an inch in length on the sword where your hand goes, and then the Tama size is definitely noticeable. If I can find a stat on how big this Tama actually is, I will put it up, and if I didn't, I'll put like picture of a duck or something. But you can also see the bevels in the Tamas. So yeah, that's your comparison to a standard shape, but you may have read in the description on the Sweets site, you can still see it now even though these are sold out. You can read the product details. Sweets mentions that they've made minis and micros in the past, so it's cool to see how this has evolved. And I did a little bit of detective work into the mini shapes of the past, and the best picture slash video that I could find that detailed the sizes of Sweets past micros and minis was this guy. I'll make some room for our man here. This guy made a video 5 years ago unboxing the micros and the minis, and he gave the best comparison to a standard size that at least I could find. So shout out to this guy. You can see the micro and the mini. I don't think the mini at the time is quite as large as this one is. This is it's a mini, but I feel like it's trying as hard as possible to be playable. And Sweet says it's the most playable mini. So yeah, it's smaller than a regular kendama, but it's not giving you that hindrance of a teeny weeny kendama that you have to pinch with your fingers. It's a good size to be played. It's meant to be played. And thanks again to that guy for showing us what the micros and minis were like in the past. And you can see kind of why they opted to make it a little bit bigger and more playable. Those tiny ones, they're a challenge. And then I guess things like the paint, I guess it's notable too that there's no base cup hole, but things like the paint, I mean, it's Sweets Sticky Clear. It's as good as it's always been. I like it as much as I always have. And I think, let's see, Lunar Balance? Is Lunar Balance a thing? Yeah, mostly. And there's really nothing else for me to just stick in your face, so let's try a couple first tricks on this thing. Yo, so one thing I was noticing right there in those first few attempts at tricks, I'm pretty sure, and I'll put up here to confirm or not, but I'm pretty sure the big cup and the small cup are the exact same size. I'll put the sizes right here, so maybe I'm wrong, but it seems, looks, and feels like they're the exact same size, which is something interesting. As I'm playing it, it definitely feels a lot smaller. Feels so much different than playing a standard shape despite looking relatively similar, but it's really fun. I mean, the spike and the bevel are obviously super fresh, so it's hard to hit all kinds of tricks, but I'm going to do, of course, a kendama commentary once I get the chance to break this in a bit, try all kinds of tricks, tell you how I feel about the mini overall, and then I'll help you the next time they drop decide if you want to buy one or not. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I mean, that's it. Sweets Mini on the way out the door. Metaphorical door. Goodbye.